Hi everyone, this is Susie from Minnesota Zone 4, and I thought I'd give you a little tour on what's blooming now and some newly planted plants. First when I start. So this is my Hot Wings Tatarian Maple. And I absolutely love, I don't know how you pronounce it, if it's Samaras, but they are really cool. This will only get to be about 20 feet tall. And I did it so eventually it'll shade the front door because that is super hot. This gets afternoon sun all day. That's a cute little tree right now. I hope it does well. Let's see. This is my Allium. It's just starting to bloom. This is really pretty. This is a nice ground cover. This behaves. We just had a storm a couple days ago. It was a pretty bad one too. Things look pretty decent, but there was one moment where we were in a warning for 60 to 70 mile an hour winds for over an hour. It did a little damage, but not too bad. Snow on the mountain, you can see all the flower heads. I will be deadheading that as soon as I'm done here. I definitely don't want any of that going to seed. Yes, it's aggressive, but it is beautiful. Lilies are not quite in bloom yet. My peonies are done. They did not last long with all this rain. I have to deadhead those. Bleeding Heart is completely done blooming because of the temps we had. It's nice right now. I'd say about 70s. Beautiful morning. Let's see. This is my variegated comfrey. I think I'll end up kind of trimming that back a little bit. Maybe cutting it down so it doesn't get so tall, but just love the color. Goat's Beard. This is such a pretty plant. It's mainly hostas over here, so I'm not going to get much blooming. Black snakeroot is not ready. It's starting to form flower heads, but that'll be a little bit yet. And I don't have much blooming because I am a mainly shade garden. My honeysuckle is. It's absolutely gorgeous. I have seen some hummingbirds around. This has done really well in this area. Not sure if at some point that'll kind of crawl over. I'm hoping. Might have to train it a little bit. And then back here is my pink peony. I'll see if I can get back there without the bugs getting me too much. It looks okay. It's a little beaten up from the rain. I want to say we've had about, an 1.5 to 2 inches in one day. It was needed, so no complaints here. This is my lady's mantle. One of my favorite plants. I have not had too many issues with it self-seeding anywhere. I think I saw one area in the lawn that it self-seeded, of all places. But maybe it's because when these flower heads flop over, I'm very quick to deadhead them. Maybe if I would leave them, they might do it a little bit more. But not that there's a whole lot of room in this area. I love the birds. This is my giant fleece flower. I do not have this staked up. It is supporting itself. It has some massive branches. I just have to watch it. It stood up to all of that wind too, so that's saying something. Is that not gorgeous? Oh, that's a long bloomer too. I think I had one broke off because that fell off in there. But I'm just gonna cut it off and hope I don't get another flush of blooms from that. One lonely spiderwort. So cute. Let's see if I can get a different angle. So Stilby is not blooming yet. I have a daylily that decided to bloom. I didn't think they bloomed quite this early. I have a lot of weeding to do. It's just it's been so wet, but now's the time to do it. So I'm hoping that we get a wind here someday so the bugs don't get me too bad. Back here. Stella Dororo. I just kind of knocked my little mountain of rocks down here. Let me just... This is one of my also easy roses. Just coming into bloom. I've been having issues with these green worms eating the leaves. I've been kind of just squishing them, but they've really been doing a number on the leaves. And then I have, if I can find it. I don't know what that is. Normally these are a pretty carefree rose, but oh well, it'll do okay. It has a lot of flower heads. Anybody has some suggestions what I could spray it with? I'm all ears. Back here, again, I'll try and get back there without getting eaten alive. Mosquitoes just started coming out, so they've been pretty decent. My big Allium, they did not do the best this year, and I just chalk it up to really crappy weather. But not too bad. Usually they're a lot taller and a lot bigger. Love Baptisia. This is a plant though. Once you plant it, you better leave it. That is one tough cookie. Incredible root system and long-lived. And then once they're done blooming, it'll form actually kind of purplish seed pods. They're really big. Really cool. I have to support it back here. I don't know if you can see that in there. Just because this gets kind of partial sun with all these trees growing in. It's kind of changed the dynamics of the sun. So it flops over. Nothing on my mock orange yet. Oh, no way. Let's see if I can get this. Sorry if I'm a little jittery. I had, no joke, a hummingbird was like right next to me. It was so cool. Let's see if I can get in here. I don't want to make this too shaky for you. So this is my Tiger Ice Sumac, and I know I've said this has never run for me before, and it did this season, which is kind of strange because with our winter. But I had pulled one, and I thought it was actually to the Sabarius orbifolia. But if I can get here, I'll show you. Right down there. It's all the way over there. This is the first year that this has done that for me. And then I know there's one. Let's see if I can find it. Right there. It's on zone 4, so be careful in warmer zones. But it is a pretty shrub. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to plant something back here just because there's all this open area. Well, not so much with the creeping Jenny. It's a nice ground cover, but I think I'm just going to let my clematis do their thing, get the sun that they need. And then this is Joe Pyeweed. That gets huge. I might just leave it. I was thinking some kind of a plant with purple foliage, but I don't know. I don't want things to be too crowded. And then down here, woohoo! This is my hardy hibiscus. Look how good that looks. I cannot wait. That's one that I put about a foot of leaves on top to protect it. It may say hardy, but I've learned my lesson. I protect those. Let's see, my zinnias are starting to bloom here. These are my whirligig ones. They're not going to get much taller, so I thought it was a perfect spot for them. I love zinnias. They're so neat. These are all ones I started from seed, so that's why they're blooming a little early. I got a head start. So cool. Let's see, I was gonna ask you something about my veggie garden. Does anyone know what's doing this? This is my lettuce here. Look at the leaves. I'm like, I'm gonna pull it because I'm definitely not. That does not look appetizing. And all I can find are these little tiny beetles. And I don't know if it's a flea beetle. Another kind of, is it mescalon lettuce? That one's not affected too badly. I might just leave that one. Radishes are right next door and same thing. Look at the leaves. I don't know if I should leave it or pull it. I'm not sure if I'm inviting more issues later on by leaving it. Let me know. Bummed about the lettuce. That's the first that's happened for me. And then same with these radishes too. And like I said, all I can find are these little teeny tiny beetles. And then all in here are volunteer tomato plants. I will be weeding, but I've never had this happen this much. I have not planted my squash or cucumbers yet. Today will be the day. My plants look really bad. So I think I just might chuck some seeds in and be done. These zinnias, they're doing pretty good. Let's see, I've got one starting here. This is supposed to be a taller variety. Hopefully it does get what it says, 3 to 4 feet. My rhubarb looks amazing. I planted it last year, so this is its first full year. Let me know if you would pick some of it, because so far I haven't. I'm trying to let it get a good root system. I know some people say don't pick until the 3rd year, but let me know what you would do. Okay, trying not to make you dizzy here. This Joe Pye looks amazing. It is just, I've never seen it this full before. This one is a little smaller, so I have a feeling that this doesn't get as much sun as this one here. Again, I have a lot of weeding. Please ignore that. This right here is my smoke bush, and all of the upper growth had died except for some of this bottom stuff, so I cut it back. I saw all this little new growth here. I'm hoping that this just doesn't end up killing the plant, because I took it down by probably 3/4. It was huge. But maybe it'll definitely get a little more shrubbier. This is my new clematis that I planted back here. The honeysuckle was not thriving. It is called Pink Mink. by proven winners. So I'm hoping, a lot of my clematis died. A bit bummed by that. I know I have some flower heads. Oh, there's one right there. So I'm hoping I can keep you updated on things blooming. They'll probably be short videos, but a lot of people like short videos. But see what I mean? How it's just kind of weird because from the back, the tiger Ice Sumac looks really stupid. I mean, I think it's a unique growth, but it looks so bare when I'm standing back here. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. Love the Allium. Okay, these are my peonies. Not much to look at, but still, I've been cutting a lot, bringing them in. I absolutely love peonies, so a mosquito just landed on my lens. I know I have birds in this birdhouse here. I can hear them. Oop. Mosquitoes are really bad. Look. Oh, I love it. You better share that. You are right there. So cool. My Philipendula. Let's see. It's getting flower heads. Still a little too early. Lots of baby birds out, blackbirds. Been finding some dead ones. I feel so bad. Okay, see if I can get a better picture of the honeysuckle here. It is so gorgeous. I haven't noticed a scent on this one though, so I don't know if only some are scented, but it's looking good. I'm not gonna say anything. It's thriving. All right, let me walk back this way. My hostas all look really good. I've been laying down some sluggo. I haven't seen any earwigs yet. Woohoo! I'm hoping our winter just killed those little buggers off. This is kind of my collect-all. I think every gardener has that, maybe. Making excuses. Alright, come on. Oh. Sorry, I jerked there a little bit. Bug landed right in my face. Let's see. I will do a tour of my pots right after this. So this little guy looks so much smaller than them. I had to replant him, or actually get rid of the old one and put a new one in because I think the stem was being eaten. I'm hoping he catches up. Had to stake some of this up. I just took twigs right now. Those winds, they were all bent over pretty good. I'm just glad none of them snapped. This cosmos here is only supposed to get maybe 2 feet tall. So I'm hoping this is it. This was supposed to be my low grower. Then in here, I have Nicotiana, lime green. This looks so much better than when I first filmed it. That looked pretty bad. Then in here, I have a canna. It's called Durban. I love it for the foliage. So I'm hoping at some point that grows up tall. It's supposed to get 3 feet. So I'm hoping it grows up tall enough and kind of supports the cosmos. But yeah, again, some more twigs. Had some stakes in there. That's huge here. Let me see if I can. I know this one's in the sun. Love it. And that purple color is just so vibrant. Bugs are out today. And I like this cosmos. This is a new one this year. And I love how it's kind of purpley, fuchsia, peachy, all at the same time. I've never planted cosmos before, so... And again, this is all seeds that I started. The Nicotiana, the cosmos, the castor oil bean. I bought the cannas from Canna Horn Farm. Beautiful quality. So this was my pool area that I decided not to put the pool back up, and I planted, I think last Thursday. That was a lot of work, a lot of hole digging. So you'll see back here I have another Baptisia. This one is called Pink Lemonade. It's new for the year. So this one gets about 5 feet tall. I'm hoping I don't have to stake this one, considering this is going to be in full sun for, it'll get at least 8+ hours. This, correct me if I'm wrong, I've heard people call it Ito, but I call it Ito Peony. It's called Julia Rose. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I found one, and I hope it does well. This is a tree peony over here. I think it's called Shima Nishiki. And that's supposed to get about 4 feet, I think. So this is the tallest, and then kind of tapering down. I did some ornamental grasses. I hope they come back. It's supposed to get kind of purpley red foliage in the fall. My roses, I do have some stakes to kind of stake them up. I'm going to be trimming off all of those dead blooms. Again, I've been having this one not so much, but you can see the holes in the foliage. Whoops, too fast. And again, it's those little worms. First it was aphids, then it's the worms. And they're bright green. Sorry, there was a mosquito on my forehead. I did a lot of coneflowers because I absolutely love echinacea, but yet I didn't have a perfect spot for it. Let me see, back here. This is definitely my lower spot, my boggier spot, so coneflowers do not do really good here. So I think I have 4 different varieties. I didn't put tags by any of this. If there's a plant you want to know, kind of let me know. They're all pretty common. Again, this is big daylily here, Nosferatu, if I'm saying that correctly. It gets a purple blossom. Another coneflower. And this is an oriental lily, but a smaller variety. And then I kind of did just a little hedge here with Russian sage. I think it's called Little Spire. I wanted the bigger stuff, but I'm not going to lie, it didn't look too fantastic, so I opted for the smaller one. I think that's kind of cool. I love the color and the lacier foliage. And then back here, I have Black-Eyed Susan. I love Black-Eyed Susans. So, again, they're common flowers, but I also like self-seeders or like ones that spread aggressive. Another coneflower. Phlox. I could not find the phlox called David anywhere, and that's the one I wanted. This is a smaller variety. I know David gets a little bigger. This is a Gloriosa Daisy. I cannot wait to see what that looks like. It says it blooms all season, so let me know if that's correct. A little tiny bee balm that I had overwintered from last year. I didn't have a spot for it. It gets pink blossoms. I love bee balm. This right here is a daylily. It is the first daylily that I have seen with variegated foliage and gold. Again, some more roses. I have 3. All of my roses they're called Oh So Easy Rose. And it's O-S-O, Oh So Easy. And I had purchased these from Logi's. They came in like 4-inch containers, so I repotted them. And they came kind of crappy looking, but I think they were in a dormant stage. And they look really good. Again, it was no complaints, except something's been eating it. That's been my issue, but I've had luck with those varieties. Otherwise, I'm not much of a rose grower. And then this, I don't know if you can see it with the sun here. This is a really purpley sedum. It only gets about 8 inches tall, 8 to 10. And I want to say, I could be wrong, I have to look at my tags. It's like razzleberry. So I'm hoping that it keeps that purple color. But I thought this with the variegated gold foliage of the daylily would be a nice contrast. So I have a lot of groupings of 3s, 5s, then some single ones. So I'm hoping it looks pretty decent. Again, sun garden, it's something new for me. I could design a shade garden in my sleep, but sun, we'll see how this works. High hopes for the coneflowers. And then I'm gonna, all my lilacs are done and they smelled heavenly. This is that raised bed that I had gotten from, I think it's raisedbeds.com. So simple. Love it. And then these are all my strawberries. Yes, they're planted closely, but honestly, when I got the bare roots, they looked horrible. So I wasn't sure which ones were going to make it, so I thought I'd just plant them all up and give them all a chance. And they've exceeded my expectations. I do have a flower on here. I was very surprised to see that. And then I planted up my Arctic raspberries next door. So we'll see what happens. But that is it for the tour. Again, it was probably a boring tour because not much blooming, but I just thought I'd show you all the new stuff that I've done. In here too, I had a lot of leaf mulch left, so I just used that. I have some other mulch that I put around here. I kind of want to leave this open for like a little walkway, so I can pick my strawberries and my raspberries when I need to. Oh, I was going to show you my blueberries. I'm hoping I could get to them this year. I might have to net them really quick. But look at these. That is one huge cluster. Can't wait. I will be pruning up or trimming up my lilacs here. This one takes a long time because of all the blooms, but another flush will be coming on a little later in the season. Definitely not quite as profuse as in the spring, but a little something. So yeah, all my lilacs will get a good trim. I still have things over here to plant up, and some things I'm babying. I couldn't resist. I got more hostas. They were at such a sale price, I could not resist. They're smaller ones, so I have to figure out where I'm going to plant them. I have an obsession, I know it. And these are some of my cucumbers. They just don't look the best. They've been in there for, they should be bigger than that. And some zucchini, and then a spaghetti squash. Again, I think I'm just going to do seeds. Nasturtiums, this one is a compact one, a trailer. Not sure what I want to do with those. These were all my sun patiens that I got as plugs. I had given a lot away because they just came too late. So unfortunately, I mean, the plugs are gorgeous. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with them, but I'm not happy when they came. And then one of my viewers had suggested Brennera. I have it. I'm just not sure where I'm going to plant it. I did find it. And actually, I found it at Home Depot. So cool. I don't get to Home Depot a lot, but wow. They have some really good selections and really great quality. So big hands up for how they care for their plants. All right. So that is my tour. I will try and get other tours as things are blooming. I'm thinking that the lilies will be next in line. Hopefully you enjoyed this tour. It wasn't too long and lengthy, and I will talk to you later. Bye.